Hungry, you fed me. Naked, you clothed me. They will know us by our love. Can you imagine how it felt?
Facebook family, go ahead on, tag, share. Let's get everybody in for our Wake Up Wednesday show. Listen, it's an exciting show that's going to be happening today. You know, I'm always excited. Why? Because to know that you're still alive is enough to be excited about. So I want you to go ahead on and tag and share. Let's get everybody in today. Let's get everybody in. Let's get everybody into the broadcast. It's happening. If you can hear me, go ahead on and put some hearts on that screen. It's Wake Up Wednesday. I want you to go ahead on and tag and share. Let's get everybody into the broadcast. I want to say good afternoon to you, Yvonne Murphy. How are you? I want to say good afternoon, Carolyn Dorsey. Hey, tag, share. Let's get everybody in today. We're going to be talking about some exciting things that are happening. If you can hear me, put some hearts on the screen. Want to say good afternoon, and once again, welcome to Wake Up Wednesday right here on 95.3 FM. Hallelujah. Hey, listen, I'm excited about what's going on in and around our city. We're going to be talking about some important things that are happening. That's right. It's happening on tomorrow. He's going to be joining me real soon. That's the NAACP president, Attorney Mataki Agbar. We're going to talk about what's happening with NAACP as they get ready for their first major event that's happening right here in the city. And I'm going to give you a chance to voice your opinion. 850-671-1450. That's about the fact that our school board members' salaries are being withheld. Wow. And I was reading the other day where one of the school board member Darren Jones made it clear that I didn't go after this office for the salary. I went after it for the work that I can do in and around the community to help make our schools and our children better. So I'm gonna give you a chance to voice your thoughts, concerns on what's going on at the Leon County School Board. And there's a lot of work being done to combat the violence that's taking place. I mean, so it's so much happening. So I want you to go ahead on and tag, share. Those of you who are listening to us by way of the broadcast, I'm going to be talking in a few minutes to one of our state representatives, State Representative Darlene Hart. And I'm going to be talking with my friend and brother who's been on the forefront fighting for rights of restoration, fighting for everything that concerns those that are coming out of prison. That's Mr. Kenneth Glasgow. Don't go nowhere. Keep it locked right here, 95.3 FM. Hallelujah. It's Wake Up Wednesday, and we're getting ready to wake you up. Let this song bless you. I'll be right back. Here it is. Got joy in my soul. God is in control. I got Satan on my trail, but I'm singing all is well. He's attacking every day, but I'm watching while I pray. No matter the attack, I won't turn back. 'Cause it sings for. This means. This means. This means. Put them together. I got joy in my soul. God is in control.
singing all is well. He's attacking every day, but I'm watching while I pray. No matter the attack, I won't turn back. This means war. This means war. This means war. This means war. I bleed the blood. I bleed the blood. There's power in the blood. Healing in the blood.
Go ahead, Ty. Want to say good afternoon, Willie Anderson, man. Give me a call. Glad to have you tuned in.
The storm and the rain, but the love still stays the same. Whatever's going wrong, I won't close our
Dr. Willie Anderson, give me a call, 850-671-1450. Give me a call. The number's on the screen.
This means
Hey, Facebook family, go ahead on tag share. Let's get everybody in today because we are excited about what's happening. He's coming in now. That's right, returning to Taki Akbar. Let's get everybody in.
How you doing, man?
Good, you good?
Good.
Everything good?
Take a plane.
Okay. Want to say good afternoon, and once again, like I told you, I mean, he is here today. I took a break from the busyness of the court life to make sure that he got a chance to dive into the conversation because so much is going on, and we're going to talk about something that's happening, and we want all of you to get out. We got a call on the line, one of our entrepreneurs. I want to say good afternoon, Dr. Anderson. Hey, man, I'm absolutely wonderful. I'm glad to have you tuned in. Listen, I just saw on Facebook, you are a new trainee for, tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
Oh, man, my wife and I, we're embarking on a journey of a lifetime as we have partnered with Krispy Kreme Donuts to start a minority franchise and joining the franchisee program. So we're extremely excited about what God is going to be doing in this new season as we become entrepreneurs in the corporate arena, seeking after kingdom stability and kingdom finance. We thank God for it.
Wow. I mean, Attorney Akbar, when you hear about a couple, African-American couple who have partnered with Krispy Kreme to become a franchise owner, I mean, what do we say to that?
I think that's amazing, man. You know, I think the more we get into entrepreneurship, the better it is for the community. So I think that's very exciting that they're opening up a franchise and being a part of that.
Hey, man, I wanted to bring you on the air. I wanted to let all of our listeners know that you and your wife are embarking upon a major opportunity. We're proud for you. And I don't know when the grand opening is going to happen, but we're going to wrap our cars, like Attorney Akbar said, around the building. And I know I'm going to have to detox after I finish all those Krispy Kreme donuts, but I'm going to do it just for you all.
Thank you so much. It's going to be, we're phase 2 of the full franchisee. Next year, we're going to have to go to Sam to be in their 18-week program. Then we'll begin to start the breaking of the ground. Matter of fact, we're buying stores. We're going to build and one in a lot.
Awesome.
So we're going after 2 at one time. The year 2022 is the year of the double. And that's what we're going for.
Wow. Well, man, I want to thank you so much for calling. And certainly, man, I want to congratulate you and your wife on your endeavors. I saw it on Facebook. And one of the things about social media now, you can become your own anchor person, your own news channel, and you can get the word out. So we are praying for you all. And I've got to have you on the show to talk more about what else is going on with your ministry and your work in the political realm. But I just wanted to give you a big shout out on this Wake Up Wednesday as an African American embarking upon a Krispy Kreme franchise.
Thank you so much for the platform, Dr. James, and miracles and blessings to you and Attorney Art Farm. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, that's Dr. Willie Ernest, and he's down in the Perry area, and they are embarking upon a franchise. Well, Doc, I want to say, man, it's exciting to have you here today. And look, a lot's going on, man.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, man. I'm playing triple roles. I'm an attorney, a party planner, an event coordinator, and daddy, all
community advocate,
everything at one time.
Well, I tell you what. I mean, let's talk about what's going to happen because I want to get to the party thing. It's October
tomorrow. You talking about the NAACP party?
The event.
Oh, the event, the party.
Yeah, the party.
Can we talk about that on Hallelujah?
Yeah, we can. This Wake Up Wednesday. We're gonna wake folk up. I mean, y'all said costumes, and that ain't hard for a lot of Christians.
Yeah, we doing every year we do a homecoming party. It's part of my firm and the GLE firm.
Okay.
And so we do it on Saturday evening, like after the game, or Saturday night after the game. This year we're doing it at the Craft House, which is down in Railroad Square. So because it's Halloween that same weekend, we plan to do it as a Halloween costume party. Kind of optional, but we figured if people wear masks anyway, they might as well dress it up and come on out. So
wow.
So that's one thing. We call it the guest list only, the glow party every year. So that's.
So how's the guest list? It's almost done.
Hey, it's packed. You know, so you just got to go on the website. It's glowfamuhomecoming.com and get your ticket and you're on the guest list.
Wow. Hey man, I tell you, you all have been, especially you all are young attorneys and you're doing so much in and around the community. So to be able to create that kind of space for alumni and then those of the community to come in and celebrate, I think it's amazing.
Oh yeah. I mean, and I think it's important for us to like you said, like stay in contact, be reachable, and again, like provide a good environment and a good space for the community.
Yeah. So that's homecoming weekend. It's the big glow party. It's going to be happening right after the game, and you're going to hear more about it. But we just thought we'd throw it out there because the list is special guests. I mean, you got to have the invite tab. You got to have the ticket. So you might as well go on the website and get that done. On to some other community things, man. Gun violence.
It's one of those things, man, that, you know, you and I, we've been talking about it for years. And I think we always, because we want to solve everything right away, we always look for that short-term solution. I think we talked about this the last show.
Yeah.
But I think it's time for us to really, really look into like long-term solutions. I think we need to think about, okay, what can we do to avoid this spike? Because it's every 2 or 3 years where we get these major spikes. What can we do to avoid these spikes like in the next 2 or 3 years? And I think that's providing opportunity, that's providing hope. And that's just finding a way for these people who are choosing to use violence, choosing to use, I guess, like this type of response, don't see any hope, don't see any opportunity, and just literally just throwing their life away. We got to give them reasons not to do that. And I think that has to be a long-term plan and not just trying to wake up today and have a meeting and try to figure it out right away.
And you know, I totally agree with you. And I think that, and I think we've been saying this, and I don't, you know, come against, or I don't speak, you know, ill on the community meetings and the town hall meetings.
Right.
But I think that we've got to get beyond, you know.
We got to get beyond being reactionary.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the problem that the Black community has as a whole, is that we react to everything. So now we're reacting to the gun violence within our community instead of we should have been proactive. And then there are some people that are proactive. You look at DYG, Distinguished Young Gentlemen. You look at the Omega Lamplighters. You know, they're proactive in trying to like get to these young men before the streets get to them. So we got to support those type of organizations. and not only support those type of organizations, but also find other ways that, again, at a long term, that are proactive to keep our youth, our young Black men out of those situations.
Absolutely.
So, but what these meetings become, what these, the town halls, what you said, like, I'm not knocking them. I think anything heading towards a solution is good, but they're reactive.
Right.
And we, every time something like this happens, we become reactive to it. So whether it's gun violence within our community, or police violence on our community, or the blueprint money going outside our community,
right?
Whatever it is, we react to it instead of being proactive and always involved, in the system and trying to find a solution.
And I think that it is so it's so important that we as community leaders, community pastors, that we really begin to find our way to the various commission meetings, the various county commission meetings, so that we can really place a voice into how things are being done, as you said, instead of reacting after they are done.
Right.
And then I think another thing that has to happen, and we're going to move on to what's happening tomorrow. I think another thing that has to happen is that we just can't say that in voice we are one, but we have to really show a unified front.
Absolutely.
Because we're being divided amongst ourselves by small matters,
right,
that are creating so much disharmony in the community.
Right. I mean, we can never move, like you said, we can never move in a direction to say, okay, here's what the agenda is. Based on this agenda, we're going to save these young Black men. We're going to create this program for these young Black men. We're going to, whatever it is, in order to nip it in the bud, we have to have a solid foundation. And you can't have a solid foundation if you always fighting and bickering and going after each other and being jealous, pulling each other down, whatever it is. I think at the end of it, I think the end goal is the same for everybody. So at the end of it, we want our community to be strong. We want our community to be positive. We want to see a future for everybody that's coming behind us. So we know that. So what do we need to do to get there?
Right.
We got to sit down as one. We don't have to agree. We don't have to love each other. We don't have to hug.
No, we
don't have to do none of that. But we need to be on the same page in order to save our future.
Absolutely. And I think that is one of the major problems that we are having. We are not on the same page, and people who don't look like us understand that. They see that. Mm-hmm. And I hate to say it like this, but sometimes they kind of put us against each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And we don't see the big picture towards that. But I think that you are in a position now with the leadership of the NAACP to bring about a strong unity in the community, because NAACP, SCLC, those organizations are organizations that we know that really fight for changes in our community. We got the organizations that I'm looking at it right now. Al Sharpton, R.B. Holmes is
Coalition.
Yeah. So these are the Action Network, right?
Yeah.
So all of these organizations are there to really be bridges to help us to get to the places that we need to get to. Leader of the NAACP, man, you're moving now into your first term?
I'm ending the first year. The first term. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I was one of those people that paid my membership and didn't do anything else with the NAACP. So I became a life member probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and didn't go to a meeting. Didn't do too much. I mean, I showed up at some of the events. And when I was asked to be president, I laughed it off the first call, and I said, you got the wrong person the second call, third call, I was like, you must be kidding me. And by the 10th call, maybe, I really took it into consideration. And what pushed me to the point to agree to do it was, one, the history of the NAACP is so important.
Okay.
As far as, the leaders, the C.K. Stills locally, all the work that Thurgood Marshall did, under the NAACP, just historically, what the NAACP stood for, and it stood in the gap for so long for the Black community. When we didn't know what to do to be proactive, they knew what to do as far as the organization goes. And my problem with the NAACP for years had been the same thing that we're talking about now is, well, I just think it's reactionary. Like
Okay.
they react to everything. They want to march. They, what are they actually doing? But when I dug into it, I saw they are actually doing something on the national level. And even when you look at it locally, they have been on the forefront of a lot of issues locally as well. But there's always room to kind of move into what's needed now. And I saw this as an opportunity to help move the organization into what's needed now.
Right.
And that's us being proactive. That's us not waiting on something to happen in the community, but being in the forefront, like the community knowing if this happens. When I say the community, if a city official, if something happens within the city that goes against the Black community, they know we come.
Right.
And they also know that we were already in front of it. So we're going to hold you accountable for those things that we were already in front of. So that's the proactive part, that they know they're going to be held accountable. The community, know they're going to be held accountable. And it's not too much different than what my platform individually had been,
right.
For years. And so I decided to do it because I felt like merging the two, like what my platform had been and the history of this organization and the strength of this organization. Right. Good marriage to be able to push things forward.
Yeah, right.
So I said all that to say, of course, my first year would be COVID.
Right, absolutely.
And so I came in and everything in the world shut down. And so, so I wasn't able to, it was already shut down when I started. So it was difficult to do anything we couldn't do, because of nationals, they wouldn't allow us to do anything face to face. So we've been Zooming it for the last year, and we just got the call maybe 3 weeks ago that we can start doing face to face. So as soon as I found out, the next day I was planning this event that we're having tomorrow. So tomorrow, October 21st, we're calling it the Freedom Fundraiser Pep Rally. It's like our 21 campaign. And usually we do a Freedom Fund banquet for the NAACP. That's what nationally they have Freedom Fund banquets as the major fundraiser. Because of COVID, we thought that it was better because we would have to limit the seating. We thought that it would be better to just do a virtual fundraiser. So tomorrow is our pep rally. It's our kickoff for our month-long fundraiser. So
Wonderful.
Everybody be on the lookout for an NAACP member to be courting you for membership, to be courting you for money, because our goal is to raise $21,000 by November 23rd.
Wonderful.
And to be honest with you, we're probably a quarter of the way through already.
You kidding?
From making calls already. Mayor Daley gave $1,000 of his own money. The city of Tallahassee gave $1,000. Jeremy Matlow gave $1,000. My brother Darryl Parks gave $1,000 already. I know you on the hook for $1,000.
Yes, I am. I mean, I can't say that. You just made it. You made 15,000 folks know that I'm on the hook for $1,000. But yeah, absolutely.
You collected it, and what we called absolutely. 21 of our friends to either write or collect it. Raise it for us. And the goal is, my firm agreed to sponsor the entire event tomorrow. So 100% of what we raise is going directly to the NAACP.
Wow.
It's not paying for beer and wine or the food that we provide or the music that we provide. It's going directly to the programming of the NAACP. We're already in this Vax and Vote project that we're doing right now, which is informing the community about vaccines and also getting people registered to vote, because we all know next year is a music. Charlie Chris has agreed to give some remarks while he's there. I believe Nikki Fried has also agreed to give some remarks, not most likely over video. And then just the people that I named already, like I said, Mayor Daley and his wife are doing popsicles, adult friendly and kid friendly popsicles. Whitfield Leland, he's providing the food through his catering company. So we don't see this as we picking, sides or anything like that. It's for the entire community, and we're hoping that we can show that with the people that's going to give remarks as well as what we're showing on tomorrow.
Wow. So listen, for those of you who have tuned into our broadcast, we